In this video today, guys, I want to talk about my story and how I went from pretty much knowing nothing about what I do today with zero income to doing over $30 million in sales over the last 10 years. It's an interesting story. It's one I've told a lot of people in passing and, through friends and family and whatnot, but I've never actually publicly spoke about it online. And so today I want to tell you that story. And essentially it's how I went from being a photographer based in LA to an agency owner to now a software developer. It's very interesting because I think a lot of people at each evolution of my career, people said the same thing. They said, well, what do you know about photography? Or what do you know about marketing? Or what do you know about software? And every time I said the same thing. I don't know much, but I'll learn. And that was it. I hope this video inspires you. I hope it gives you some context about what we do. I hope it pushes you to maybe do the things that you want to do. So without further ado, let's dive into it. I went to USC at school in California. Naturally, being in LA, I was around the entertainment scene. And naturally, being around the entertainment scene, I was attracted to cameras. I was attracted to social media, these kinds of things. This is in 2014, 2015. I realized there was a gap in the market. And the gap in the market when it came to online advertising and marketing and promotion was there were photographers and filmmakers that this was just when Instagram was really starting to really blow up, right? And there wasn't much marketing agencies. You had content creators, you had influencers coming up, and you had only like a couple marketing agencies that didn't really know much about what they were doing. So I figured, if I could start a company where I just shot content and posted for these brands online, like that serves a gap in the market. That serves an opportunity in the market. I know it sounds crazy to talk about now because it's so common, but keep in mind, this was 2014, 2015, and not many people were doing it. It was still like a new thing. I decided to pick up photography. I didn't know much, and I really enjoyed it. I liked the people I met. I liked the opportunities it gave me. I liked the creative direction from it. It was a ton of fun. But taking purely photography to now being an agency where I would now service clients was an even better opportunity because it wasn't just one-time jobs. It was shooting consistently and posting consistently and having an impact on the business's bottom line. And so I figured, okay, this is better than just shooting plus offering a monthly service offering because I had that recurring income. And once I learned that, I realized this is pretty cool. I enjoy it. I'm meeting great people. I'm making recurring revenue. Over the years, what I realized is that space got a little bit more competitive over the years. And so I had to evolve. The problem I had with that service offering was I was not able to attribute my efforts to that business's sales. Sure, the brand might say sales are up or sales were down, but there wasn't really a clear-cut way of understanding that my efforts were contributing or not to that brand's success. We had a good idea and we believed certain things from it, but there wasn't a very specific way of doing that. Now, sure, we would do some promotions that we'd post about online that only were posted on their Instagram or whatever. And so we would attribute some sales, but it was something where I always found that I was just stuck on this hamster wheel. Like I couldn't grow past where I currently was financially. And so I had to evolve naturally. And as I was looking to evolve, I looked into two routes. I looked into influencer advertising, where I'd partner with influencers to do and have an even bigger impact. The idea there was that we'd work with certain influencers, we'd give them specific URLs to promote these products, and we would track sales there. We also explored the idea of running paid advertisements, where, at the time, my partner Jace had started working with me. I believe we had been working together for about like a year and a half at this point, and he loved the idea of doing paid advertisements. I also loved the idea, but we weren't 100% sure whether we should do influencer advertising, go down that direction, or paid advertising. Well, I'll tell you guys right now, we tried the influencer thing. We brought a group of, I think, 12 influencers. I believe it was Big Bear Lake in California for like a influencer trip where we had like 8 brands sponsor the trip. We shot a ton of content. And we came back. I'll tell you guys right now, we did not make $1. We barely broke even on the trip. And not just that, but it was a ridiculous experience. I mean, it was one of those things that my partner Jason and I looked at each other after the trip and we're like, yeah, we're not doing this. It was a pain in the ass to manage some of these influencers. I felt like we were like overpaid babysitters. I mean, I'll be honest, it was a terrible experience. We really did not enjoy it. And so after that trip, we decided, let's go down this paid ads route. But what did we know about paid paid ads? Not a whole lot, right? And so we explored a ton of different courses online, online coaches and consultants. And again, this is like early, this is probably 2016 now. And there weren't a lot of courses or online coaches teaching paid advertising. It wasn't really a thing. I mean, it was a thing, but courses weren't a thing, right? There weren't many people teaching this. We had to really, really dig deep to figure some of this stuff out. Well, long story short, we dove into it, we learned, and we got really good. And I'll tell you what we loved about paid ads is finally, after these several years of trying to figure out how can we truly track the return on investment through paid ads, we could do it through paid ads, right? We could do it. We could run an ad and I could sell a pair of sunglasses for, let's just say, $100. And I could then show the client, hey dude, for every $10 we spend, we sell one of your sunglasses. Well, after product costs, excluding product costs, that's a 10x return. If it cost me $10 to sell a pair of sunglasses and it costs $100, it's a 10x return, right? This was very exciting to us. For the first time ever, we could show our client, you spent this and you made this. And what we discovered is that so long as we could keep doing that, we'd never lose a client. So it solved our retention problem and at the same time made clients a lot happier, made us happier. We didn't have to talk to a bunch of influencers all the time. We could just talk to the algorithms on Facebook and Instagram. It was beautiful. We did that for several years in the e-commerce industry. And again, we loved e-commerce because everything was online, everything was trackable. It was beautiful. Well, shortly after, a family friend of ours with a restaurant, he asked, could you guys do restaurant advertising, restaurant marketing? We got a brand here in LA and we're looking to get some help. I've always been interested in new projects, as you can already probably tell, right? And so I figured, sure, why not? We've never done restaurant marketing, but let's try it out, right? So we tried it out. I'll tell you guys right now, it's a brand called Original Tommy's based in LA. They had over 30 locations when we first worked with them. Wow, what a great first client to work with. Within the first 3 months of working with them, we raised their sales by over 5%. I gotta be honest with you, it's hilarious because I remember to this day, years later, going to meet with them after the 3rd month. My partner Jason and I were looking at each other and we were thinking to ourselves, we're gonna get fired. 5% lift in their sales is literally nothing because we were used to e-commerce, right? We were used to like 10x returns, 5x returns at least, but 5% lift? We were like, oh, this is over. Like we tried restaurants, it's done. We went into their offices. We sat down at this big round corporate table and they were the happiest guys we've ever seen. They were jumping for joy, excited about the sales they had just acquired. I couldn't believe it. I looked at my partner, Jason, and I was like, thank God we didn't say anything, but thank God they spoke first. I mean, we were gonna go in saying, I'm sorry about what happened, like we can optimize for this. They were so excited. They said in the last 50 years of business, they've been around for that long, they've never seen a jump so quick and so obvious from what we were doing online. It was in this moment I realized, wow, not only was it a lot easier to work in this industry, but we had clients that were so excited about something that we thought, was honestly terrible. Not to mention at the time, e-commerce was getting significantly more difficult. Getting that 5x return or even sometimes 3 or 2x return was becoming more and more difficult. And not to mention our clients were very, very difficult to work with. We found out that in the restaurant space, and this is what got so interesting, this is what got us down this path in the restaurant industry, is that we were working with an industry that didn't know what a cost per acquisition was. We were working in an industry where restaurant owners were spending thousands of dollars online, hoping someone would walk through their doors. But when it came down to it, they had no idea. They had no idea if anything they were doing was working at all, in the slightest. And that's when we thought to ourselves, screw e-commerce, we're doing just restaurants. I mean, why wouldn't we, right? This was crazy to me because I was coming from an industry where it was so harsh on getting at least that 3 to 5x return, or you were done. That was it. Over the next probably 6 to 9 months, we just started firing all of our e-commerce brands or passing them off to other agency partners and picking up more and more restaurants. It's hard for me to remember exactly what our revenue was, but I believe we were doing about 60, 70,000 a month working with e-commerce brands at the time. Within about 6 to 9 months later, we were doing about 120,000 just with restaurants. And that was a big lift for us. That was exciting. We went headfirst into restaurants. We never looked back. It was the best decision we ever made. The big problem we solved back then and we continue to solve today is trackable, predictable sales in the restaurant industry. We are doing things that other businesses businesses simply cannot do. It's not about having a better, sexier, more fun ad. It's not about the most creative video in the world. It's none of that. Honestly, it's how do I prove that when I spent money online here, it converted to a sale in store or online? That was it. In fact, today, people ask me all the time, well, what do the ads look like? What makes it different? I'm like, it's not about the look of the ad. It's about the data. The data is the most important aspect that you gotta be thinking about. Restaurant owners who are trying to do marketing today or attempting to do any type of way of driving in customers, they need to understand their numbers. What did I spend and what did I make? If you can't do that, you're just lighting money on fire. For this reason, we stuck with this industry. We kept diving deep in this industry. Over the years, we had many different strategies of tracking our return on investment. As a company, we've stayed firm to that. And our mission is to bring transparency to the restaurant industry. And that's what we've done for the last 10 plus years. Shortly after I talked about, us diving deep in the restaurant space, we doubled our numbers the following year, and we pretty much have doubled every single year since. And as a company, we never looked back. It was the best thing we've ever done. As we grew more and more and more, we learned more and more, as you can imagine, right? And like I mentioned in some other videos on our channel, we speak to thousands of restaurant owners a month now. And this problem that we solved years ago is still the problem today. There's a lot more tools to track ROI, but people seem to still not use them. Honestly, it's shocking to me. Some tools do exist, but honestly, a lot of tools still do not. And that's what leads me to the next stage of our business, which was developing software. 2024, January, we launched Dishio. So at the time of me making this video, it's been about a year and 2-3 months or so. What Dishio does is it's a data capture tool and intelligent software to push growth further for the restaurant. So at a high level, what it does is there's lots of different tools that you can use in the restaurant. There's a digital menu in store. There's something we call a smart site that is like the microsite that you put the link in bio section on your Instagram. There's a tool called Flows where you can create marketing automations. There's lots of tools that you can use to grow the business and track data and the customer journey from online to in-store. But we don't sell our software as just another tool. We sell it as a growth partner for the restaurant business. As AI has gotten better, so has our product. And so now what we're able to do using our software is we're able to track the customer journey from Instagram or anywhere online to in-store. We're able to track the traffic of new customers versus returning customers and where they came from. And because we integrate in nearly every system that you use in your business today, we can understand trends happening in your business. For example, a lot of restaurants, they simply look at sales. Are sales up or are they down? Well, what might have influenced those sales? Is it the advertising you are or not doing? Is it the reviews? Maybe because one month you got a ton more reviews and that elevated you up in Google SEO for some reason. Now you got a ton more traffic. Wouldn't it be nice to understand what things are working for your business, which things are working against your business? That's exactly what Dishio does. And with intelligent AI today, it's no longer a guessing game. You don't have to even have any kind of analysis. Our product does this all for you. The reporting allows you to see exactly what's going on in your business, track where the inconsistencies or opportunities are, and then supply a solution for you automatically through AI. It's incredible. It's been a dream of mine. It didn't happen overnight, as you can tell. This has been a 10-year, I call it, a lot of people say the 10-year overnight success. That's what it's been. It is the accumulation of trial and error and my experiences over the years that have gotten me to this point. But for anyone, any business owner today, looking to have success, it's all simply about solving the problems in front of you. And that's all I've done. It's been, it started as a problem first as a photographer and agency owner back in the day, early days, figuring out the problems of tracking ROI, figuring out the problems of this industry that I stumbled upon, and figuring out the problems that still happen today when it comes to trackability and understanding ROI. And we just kept going deeper and deeper and deeper. And honestly, I truly think if you're getting involved in a business today and you're not willing to stick it out for 5 to 10 years, you're in the wrong industry. You got to be willing to put in the time and the effort and the blood, sweat, and tears, right? I hope that was interesting to you. I hope you found some value in that. And if you have any questions at all, as always, please comment below. And if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button and we'll see you in the next video.